Hey everybody! If you're getting this video, it's because you are working tables for Operation Joy, and I wanted to just give you a quick rundown or a review of what's on the table. So you're going to get a box that looks like this, or your campus pastor already placed that box at the tables that were set up. And inside this box are tablecloths that go on it. And then normally on top of that, I place these down on top of it. It just says, please place the completed bottom half of this in the basket. Some campuses use baskets that they already have. I kind of call this my basket. I just want them to not leave the stubs on the table. I want them to leave it in something. And then I have table toppers like these that have the instructions on them that tells them what to do. And then also if you have people that are asking to volunteer the week of the event, then I have the QR code that's directly for the registration. If they don't want to use that or they're not sure, they can always just go to the events page on the website. So that's just for volunteering for the actual distribution week and all that goes with that. Inside your box, there is also a box that has your cards. Your cards have numbers at the top. So for example, this is 406 1-2, which means this is the first kid out of 2 for this family. And then 406 2-2. These are in numerical order. So at Green Oaks, we put them out by family. That way when people walk up and they say, I want to have an entire family, then they know as long as the first number is the same, and you can see 1-2, 2-2, you know you have the whole family. Some people like to organize them by age. That's y'all's choice, but just knowing that information is helpful. This is really the most important information that we need on this kid. So when someone takes this card, having them fill this out legibly, and then reminding them before they rip this off, I always tell them, hey, can you just stop for just a second and take your phone and take a picture of it? Because these cards are very mysterious and they like to hide from us as we start shopping. So please, please take a picture. That way, if you misplace the card, you have all the information on it. And then when they rip this off, we've placed the numbers here where they should be visible in multiple places, but if for any reason when you look at that stub, if that number is missing, please handwrite it at the bottom, because we take the stubs back and we put their information on it. That way when people call and say, I lost the card and I have no idea, we can go back and sort of backtrack. Who did they pick up? So you have your cards, and then you'll stand out there and people will pick up things. And once they have the stubs returned to you, we've got lots of pins and things that you need there. You can just put the stubs into, we included an envelope, but if you decide to just band them together, however you want to do it, we do have an envelope here though, and you can just put all the stubs in there and then give it to whoever the lead is for your campus, which you'll know that when I message you. It can be a staff member or a campus pastor. They'll normally bring those back to me first thing on Monday morning, and then we put those all into our spreadsheet. We give more cards the second week again, and then the third week, which is that very last weekend of Thanksgiving break, we normally are running low on cards or we're about done, and that's more so when people are returning gifts. So this year I'm including in your bag, this is supplies for people who have their card but they don't have it affixed to the gift, or they lost their card. So you have painter's tape so that nothing sticks too much on those boxes and it doesn't tear it up, stapler if they use like a trash bag or something, Sharpies, index cards. If someone says I lost my card, I have no idea what my number was, no problem. Have them write their name and their phone number down, because remember we have the bottom stub. So I would write Callie Higginbotham 817-933-9194 and then staple it to the gift, and then that way when it comes to Green Oaks, it's not a mystery gift anymore. We know who was the sponsor and we know we can track it out that way, which helps so much more than just having to figure out, okay, they have a doll and they have this in there, let's figure out which gifts are missing and see what it fits. If you have anybody who says, I don't necessarily want a card, but I'm interested in, if you have any kids that come up last minute, or you have anybody who drops they take a card and they decide I can't take that kid anymore, or we just want to donate money. They can write their name and information here, and this is really great. You can just take a picture and shoot it to me by text. That way, when we do have people that'll call and say, I picked up cards and I had a family emergency and I can't do that anymore, we know who we're calling to get extra help. So that is your entire box in summary. We also have people that want to still nominate families, or they're asking about nominating themselves. At the time that you're at the table, just give them the Operation Joy phone number, and that will be printed inside of your box. And give them that number and tell them, just text your name and number to this Operation Joy line, and Callie will get with you. And I'll make sure that way I can expedite cards getting printed and whatever needs to happen there. But I'm so grateful for you guys. It's such an amazing gift to be able to stand there and smile and see all these families who want to contribute. So thank you so much for being willing to roll with the punches. If you have people ask questions about the cards, we really painstakingly try to go over these things as best we can. We have had hours of calling people and messaging to get any kind of things that didn't make sense answered. So if someone brings a question to you on a card, encourage them, if they seem to be concerned about it, to grab a different card if they're too concerned or they don't understand what is that item. If the sizes look odd, they can text me about it with a picture of the card, but I always recommend people, there's things that people don't know that we know behind the scenes and we can't put on those cards. So it could be that there is some kind of ailment or an issue that's going on, that's why the sizes are what they are and they don't really make sense. So again, if anyone is concerned, they can message us, but we always just ask people to get cards that they feel like they readily understand and don't have any questions about. That way it's not difficult for them. So thank you guys for being my front line, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon, and happy Operation Joy.